Face all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Radio Hall of Fame basketball. The first NBA radio for all the fans around the world. Radio Hall of Fame basketball. We talk about NBA. We talk about passion. We are your radio.
Well, I think a lot of the fans were disappointed that Allen didn't play. They had the chant for the answer. They wanted Allen, but he had been dehydrated the night before and had a rough time. So just coaching was enough. They still showed him the respect and love that he deserves.
So, Julius, you're saying that you're buying the excuse that Allen gave that under his doctor's orders he could not play.
Yeah, no, it was serious. I saw him the night before and actually did an interview session with him in the afternoon with Ice Cube. And, he was just being a man about it. To be able to show up for that interview in the afternoon and to make it to the sidelines. I mean, he was dehydrated, something that he had never experienced before. I've never experienced it before, and it was pretty serious. So, what you see tonight, in terms of him being on the sidelines and coaching that team, very easily he could have passed that off to his assistant.
So
but he didn't.
So did he have a flu bug or something that dehydrated him?
No, I think when you're dehydrated, you're just lacking liquids going into your system. That's what they always tell me. They tell me once you feel like you're thirsty, then you're dehydrated. So try never to let that happen to you.
Doc, you're the most high-profile basketball player that we've been able to ask this question to. Now, we've asked a lot of current players, and we get a lot of back and forth. Mm-hmm. You played against Michael Jordan at the end of your career, at the beginning of his, and you followed LeBron James. Who's the better of these two players?
Who's the better?
Yes.
I think that's a fan's argument for one thing.
Okay.
I think if I was going to start a team, and Skip, has called me delusional in the past. He called me the delusional doctor. I think last time I was on a show with him. Yeah, because I knew it was out of love. I didn't take it, the wrong way.
Total love.
But I always put Oscar Robertson out there and Wilt Chamberlain and Bill
Kareem.
Russell. The guys who came before me. Kareem's in the list. He's on the second team. But if I was starting a franchise, I would start with Kareem. And the Michael LeBron argument, I don't want to really try to settle that for anybody else, I mean, I don't really think it should be settled until LeBron's career is over. He's done all and everything that anybody has ever done in the history of the league. And so did Michael. And Michael did it probably at, if this is fathomable, a higher level, because, he never lost in the finals and he was finals MVP 6 out of 6 times. So the bar is pretty high, but LeBron is still playing.
So, but Julius.
So did I avoid that question?
You did very well. But the point is, LeBron has now fallen to 3-5 in NBA Finals. So do you still give him a shot to catch and pass Michael? Just in the big picture, just in total achievement?
Well, what you guys are missing, and Shannon probably knows it better than anybody else, is the game is a team sport. So individuals don't win championships. Teams win championships. And you're only as good as the team can take you. You can only go as far as the team can take you. So 3-5 doesn't mean anything. I'm more impressed with 8 finals than I am with the record in the finals.
I'm with
you,
Doc.
If he was 0 for 8 in finals, that would still be an amazing achievement. That's like going to 8 Super Bowls.
But, Doc, those ABA titles you won for sure, you weren't by far the best player on your team. Like, without you, it would not have happened.
Well, yeah, being the best players, I mean, that's icing on the cake. you know, those guys, all the guys who were on my Nets teams and on my Sixer teams, you know, during the championship year in Philadelphia and the two Nets championships in New York, I mean, we're all close today because of that experience. And, you know, I take my hat off to them because I wouldn't be, you know, sitting where I am if it wasn't for them. And that's just the skinny on it.
We were just talking, the last segment, we were talking about a very good young Laker, Lonzo Ball. How good can he make the Lakers, and how good can he be?
Well, you know, this is a very controversial subject because, you know, I think there's a big target on his back because of, you know, what his dad, the comments and the statements and the hype that, you know, has been associated with him. It just sounds like an ongoing reality show. But sort of like the way the game is viewed today and the way the business of sports is viewed today, you know, it's marketing, it's merchandising, it's promotion, it's creating the brand. Even when a brand doesn't exist, you know, at least the impression of a brand and then living up to that potential. So performance is going to be the great measuring stick. You know, Lonzo Ball being able to go out with this big target on his back and going through, you know, the things that he has to go through. And now, you know, Magic had Kareem there,
right,
when he came in, so he already had the best player in the league, you know, on his team. And he kind of had the freedom to be Magic Johnson, you know, turn the clock back and play like he did in high school, and like he did in Michigan. I don't think Lonzo has that luxury, so it is going to be much more difficult. And you know, whether he'll succeed or not, I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I'm not a hater in any way, shape, or form, so I hope that he succeeds. And the fact that, you know, the league is as diluted as it is in terms of, you know, other eras, how the game used to be played. You know, when you went down the lane, you got slammed down and you got up and you went and shot your free throws. You know, now it's like a cakewalk, you know, when you go through the lane for a lot of players. So it is different. And I'm not saying it's totally easier, but, you know, you can imagine what Michael's gym numbers would be now. It probably would be 40 a night instead of 31.
You mentioned merchandising and shoes and branding. Before Michael Jordan, the hottest shoe on the market was the Dr. J Converse. Did you see the shoe game going to where it is? I mean, with Michael taking it, and then now everybody has shoe deals, and how big the sneaker market is?
It's still somewhat unbelievable where it is now. I mean, you know, $25 million for shoe endorsements or whatever, you know. I mean, nobody could have thought of that in the 60s, 70s, or even the 80s. So I think it turned the corner, you know, maybe in the 90s. And, you know, Nike and Reebok were the leaders there. Under Armour's making a big statement now. So, I mean, it's kind of fun to see that, you know, the dollars are being shared. And now, you know, players, you know, maybe for the first time, you know, getting their fair share. And, you know, it might be overkill in some instances, but getting their fair share, just as, you know, the percentage of the gross has allowed for compensation to be more fair than it was in the past. I mean, you know, going from 10 or 20% to 50 to 60% of the gross, you know, those are big numbers, but who does the work? The players.
So the Big Three from Philly airs tonight on FS1 starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
In your face,
what has it been
all
like
over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Radio Hall of Fame Basketball. The first NBA radio for all the fans around the world. Radio Hall of Fame Basketball. We talk about NBA. We talk about passion. We are your radio.